Second example. So this example actually is a very simple example that you don't need a generating function. So suppose we have this definition. So when n is 0, we have b. Okay, when n is 0, we have b. When n is 1, it's just a previous 1 plus c, so it will be b plus c. So when n is 2, it's a previous 1 plus c, so it will be b plus c plus c, that is b plus 2c. And when n is 3, it will be b plus 2c plus c, that means b plus 3c. That means when n is n, we should probably guess that fn is just b plus nc. Okay, so this one is an example that you don't need generating function, but we will still do it as a practice. So let's get started. So same, we first let fx equal to this power series f0, f1, x1, f2, x2, and so on. What's the next step? We are going to make use of the definition to get the red box. So what's the red box? Red box basically means we want to get an expression by relating the constant and the fn. So from the definition, we have this. I move the fn minus 1 to the other side. It gives me this red box. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create this red box in the power series. So first, if fx is defined like this, I multiply the whole thing by negative 1 over x. So this guy, I will multiply it with negative 1 over x. So I will go to here. And then this guy divided by x give me no x, so I put it here. So you see, actually I put this with a meaning. The position means that they are in the same power of x, and there's a negative sign because I multiply negative number. This one will drop my x to the power 1 with a negative sign, and so on. Now I'm going to add these two. Add these two, so 1 minus 1 over x, bracket fx, and this one I add vertically. So that thing here, so this one goes here. Constant term f0 minus f1, okay. Power 1 term f1 minus f2, okay. Power 2 term f2 minus f3. But notice that in the red box, I have n minus 1. If you look at the bracket, it is n minus 1 minus n. So I have to flip it. So I flip the bracket f minus 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 minus. And then what? I make use of the red box. N minus the previous guy give me c. So 1 minus the previous guy give me c. 2 minus the previous guy, that is 1, give me c with the x power 1, and so on. I have all these things. And also f0 is b. So f0 is b. I have this thing. So that means now we have this line. What's next? I'm going to multiply, so I'm saying multiply the whole thing by negative x. So this thing multiply by negative x. So 1 minus x will give me negative x plus 1, right? So which is 1 minus x, okay? So therefore, this side give me 1 minus x, okay? That's what we get. From this side, we will what? Multiply negative x. So the negative sign here disappears with a b. This one will give us all the positive signs. So we will see x squared, blah, 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 and so on, okay? And then what's next? I'm going to what? Plus 1 and minus 1 here, okay? I create a plus 1 and minus 1 inside the bracket, and then I take the minus 1 out, multiply with c, it gives me minus c, and then I have this thing. So what is this thing? This bracket is geometric sequence, give me this, okay? So now what's next? I move this to the other side, so give me this one. Fx is equal to b minus c divided by 1 minus x, and then c times this. This is 1 minus x divided by 1 minus I by x squared, okay? 1 minus x squared is basically this thing differentiate with respect to x one time. Okay, I write like this. So this negative 1 will go out, and then I have negative 2, and I have to do this. This will give me negative 1, right? The negative 1 and the negative 1 cancel out, so they are gone. I left with this, so which is this, right? So I have this thing. Then what's next? This is infinite geometric series. This is infinite geometric series, but there's a derivative. So I take derivative inside, it gives me this bracket, okay? So now we are at this line. So now what I'm going to do, I just look at the constant term. It will be b minus c. Here it will be c. The minus c and the plus c give me this b. So this is the constant term. And then what about the x term? I will have b minus c here. This c multiplied by 2 give me plus 2c. And there's a minus c here for this x. So I will have b plus c x. Okay. And then what about the x squared term? X squared term will be this one multiply this one. And here will be c multiply this. It will be b minus c x squared plus 3c x squared, which give me b plus 2c x squared, okay? So generally, what you see, you have this polynomial, which basically means at a power n term, we have b plus nc, which is what we expect, okay? So that's for this example.